Alright, hello my loony friends. Today I'll be doing a countdown of my 10 favourite Looney Tunes cartoon characters. I'll be sticking to the Golden Age era, which is cartoons spanning the 1940s, 50s and 60s. Since I've not watched all the newer Looney Tunes shows, if your favourite character was introduced after the 1960s, chances are it will not be in this list. Also, these are my own personal favourites, so be aware you may not agree with all my choices, which is okay. Let me know your favourites down in the comments. All of the footage for this video will be from my Golden Collection DVDs, since that is what I grew up watching. With that being said, get your carrots ready, because it's about to get very crazy in here as we start the countdown.
Dodgers in the 24th and a half century. I should have gotten a fox, a cocker spaniel, and a Sealy dog.
In at number 10 is Porky Pig, one of the original breakout stars, having first appeared way back in 1935's I Haven't Got a Hat, where he was one of many characters introduced. One of the reasons he stood out in that cartoon though was his signature stammer.
This is no time for comedy. You take off that you take off that makeup this minute.
This was an idea by Mel Blanc when he visited a pig farm. A problem arose for Porky when other stars started to take the spotlight, and he was mostly used as a sidekick to the likes of Daffy Duck. His cartoons have a lot of variety, from Doph the Dodo, a bizarre surreal adventure, to the dark tones of Scaredy Cat with Sylvester. Still, considering he is over 85 years old and still going strong, it's testament to how popular his legend is.
30th floor, please.
Yes, sir. 30th floor.
Gosh, they're jet propelled.
I claim this planet in the name of Mars. Isn't that lovely?
Where was the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom. In at number 9 is Marvin the Martian. By the way, I cannot do a Marvin the Martian impression, as you just heard. Usually found trying to destroy the Earth or conquering planets, while wearing a helmet which looks a little bit like a broom on top of it. Marvin was first seen in 1948's Haredevil Hair, where he had a much more nasally voice, something which would be changed in later cartoons.
What's up, Doc? I'm going to blow up the Earth.
He would usually appear in Bugs Bunny cartoons, but also would battle the despicable Duck Dodgers. Quite surprisingly, Marvin was actually only in 5 Golden Era cartoons, but is among the most famous Looney Tunes villains.
I'll see what the little stinker is up to on my super video detecto set.
Morning, Ralph. Morning, Sam. Have a good day, Ralph. Thanks, Sam.
In at number 8 is Sam Sheepdog and Ralph Wolf. I've actually grouped these together, since they always appear together in each of their cartoon appearances. Ralph shares a lot of similarities with Wile E. Coyote, and many will probably think it's actually the same character, only instead of chasing a roadrunner, Ralph is constantly trying to steal sheep which are being watched by Sam. These cartoons are always classic slapstick and are a real joy to watch. I feel like they are underrated as well and maybe forgotten about. A running joke I always enjoyed was the idea they were just doing their jobs, and at the end of the day they would be good friends as they clock out.
You've been working too hard, Ralph. Why don't you take tomorrow off? I can handle both jobs. Gee, thanks, Sam.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
Shh! Be very, very quiet. Elmer is at number 7. Usually found alongside Bugs Bunny, the man with a head so shiny it'd be used to land airplanes is certainly among my favourite characters. He was not always a hunter though, as he did make some appearances alongside characters such as Sylvester. The dopey hunter went through a lot of design changes early on. In Elmer's candid camera he wears a green coat and small hat. There was also some cartoons where he is more overweight, which is now famously where the Big Chungus meme comes from, as Bugs imitates him.
That'll hold him all right.
That'll hold them all right.
Quite often easily twicked by Bugs, he was never really much of a challenge. My favourite Elmer Fudd cartoons have to be the Hunting trilogy, also starring Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck.
Duck season! Duck season!
Uh-oh.
What's going on here? Well, don't stand there with your beak open. Say something. Explain yourself. Your tongue's flapping, but no noise is coming out of your big mouth.
I say, Foghorn Leghorn, the chicken, the loudmouth rooster, the murder mouth is my number 6 choice. Originally, he was just a side character in Henry Hawk cartoons, but he became so popular his star outgrew that of Henry Hawk. Not one to be kept quiet, he would often go on very long rants before being smashed over the head to be kept quiet.
Talk. But no wonder you're not sharp. You gotta always listen. Shut up!
What I enjoy about Foghorn Leghorn is he can be an antagonist and also a protagonist, giving him a lot more character. He would usually be paired up with Henry the Chicken Hawk, who would be out to try and find a chicken, despite not knowing what one is. His first appearance was in 1946 as Walkie Talkie Hawkie, and we all fell in love with our favourite feathered friend.
I goofed.
In at number 5 we have Wile E. Coyote. Can you name a more iconic duo? Fish and Chips, Piers Morgan and Phone Tapping? Of course, Wile E. Coyote and Acme. I'm not sure why he seemed to keep returning, since everything he bought from there never actually really helped him catch the Roadrunner. I guess he must get a very decent discount. I'm actually ranking Wile E separate from Roadrunner because I'd actually always root for him to catch the Roadrunner. Even though I'm not sure why he'd want to eat him, he seems to have less meat on him than a chicken McNugget. I always enjoyed the wacky inventions he would come up with, and that never say die attitude and perseverance. Even if that did mean half the time he'd be blown up or falling off a cliff to his doom. His first appearance was in 1949's Fast and Furious. Not to be confused with the Fast and Furious movies. He was definitely not in that film. Although it does feel like there has been a lot of those films. They might go all the way back to 1949. But he has been trying to catch the Roadrunner ever since that day.
Meep, meep.
They forgot to put out the cat. The cat! I'm the cat!
I taught a putty tat. I did. He's at number 4. That was a very annoying Tweety impression. I can only apologise. Of course, it's Sylvester. Usually paired with Tweety in most of his famous cartoons, he also appeared with the likes of Speedy Gonzales, Underlay, Underlay, Reba, various other mice, and there was also a trilogy with Porky Pig, where he was a silent protagonist and aware of the danger, which Porky was not. Famous for his lisp and his catchphrase, "Suffering Succotash." His first appearance was in 1945's Life with Feathers, although he did appear as a prototype in several cartoons beforehand.
Hello, breakfast.
Birds Anonymous is quite possibly Sylvester's best cartoon. It actually won the 1957 Academy Award for Best Animated Short.
I'll play the radio. Music will get my mind off of it.
That was Bye Bye Blackbird. And now we'll play When the Red Red Robin Comes Bob Bob Bobbing Along.
Yosemite. Yeah, Yosemite Sam. The roughest, toughest He-Man, stuffest hombre has ever crossed the Rio Grande.
Great horny toads! Yosemite Sam is at number 3. It is no coincidence that all my favourite Bugs Bunny cartoons tended to be ones where he was paired with Sam.
I'm Sam Von Schmam, the Hessian, that's who I am. And I've got you outnumbered 1-to-1. Surrender or die, Rabbit.
He has so much more variety since he can be a pirate,
I ain't no doc. I'm a pirate. Seagoing Sam.
a knight, a Roman, and most famously, of course, a Wild West outlaw.
Now you're a getting out of town.
Oh, no, I ain't.
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh, no, I ain't.
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh, no, I ain't.
He would always be much tougher opposition to Bugs compared to Elmer, not usually falling for the same trick twice, and sometimes looking like he might have the upper hand, only for cartoon logic to prevent him from winning. His first appearance was in 1945's Hair Trigger. He is believed to have been slightly inspired to look and have the temper of his creator, Friz Freleng, who himself had red hair.
Say, that's just plain old silly.
You're despicable if you don't think Daffy Duck deserves his number 2 spot. Quite possibly the looniest of all the Looney Tunes.
H-Y-M-I-E, 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 H-Y-M-I-E. Jaime!
This crazy duck has been around since 1937's Porky's Duck Hunt. He has appeared with various different characters, including his rival Bugs, his sidekick and occasional antagonist Porky, as well as a few with Elmer, and, well, quite oddly, in the Golden Era they never really paired Daffy with Yosemite Sam, which would have been a very interesting dynamic. Again, like Foghorn, it was quite interesting that Daffy would switch between being a hero and a villain of the cartoon. Daffy, like Sylvester, is also known for a slobbery, exaggerated lisp, which developed over time, and is barely actually noticeable in his early cartoons. So yet again, Daffy was number 2.
And I've never been so humiliated in all my life.
Before we get to the number 1 spot, we have some honourable mentions.
Yeah, that'll teach you. Next time I'll give you what for. That's dead.
What for you bury me in the cold, cold ground?
I'm so deathly afraid of getting pretty as I grow older. Pretty?
Hey, what's up, Doc? It's Wabbit season.
Oh, rabbit season, huh? Having any luck?
In at number 1 is Bugs Bunny. Who else would it be? The world's most famous cartoon character has to take the number 1 spot. And he was the reason I got into Looney Tunes and enjoyed so many more characters.
I'm giving you 1 second to draw a gun.
How's that, Chunky?
Say, that's a right smart picture you got there, partner.
I remember when I was young I had a little VHS tape with numerous cartoons with Bugs alongside Elmer, and I was hooked ever since. His first official appearance as Bugs Bunny was 1940's A Wild Hare, although he did have a few prototype appearances beforehand.
Please, sir. Gosh, I don't even know the guy.
Always wisecracking and almost always coming out on top, apart from when he faced Cecil Turtle. It's hard not to love him, unless you're Elmer, Yosemite Sam, Daffy, Witch Hazel, Rocky and Muggsy. Damn, he has a lot of enemies. So that concludes my top 10 Looney Tunes cartoon characters. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. But for now, take care, and that's all, folks.